We're back, people, and today we're breaking down film on Andrew Van Ginkel, Miami Dolphins edge defender slash off-ball linebacker. He's super valuable to this team. We've seen what needed to happen, like when Phillips went down, he could be a full-time edge player, have a big impact rushing the passer, things like that. But I actually think he's even more valuable getting some maybe less snaps because he's playing less and less snaps with Phillips back. But I think he's more valuable as that depth guy because he's so versatile and it allows him to play multiple different spots across the line. He's very versatile, like depending on the package that's out there, because he can play in base and be like your base edge defender, which is very important because he's out here and he can stop the run pretty well. But he can also, like in base, one of Phillips or Chubb usually has to drop into coverage on passing plays, so then it can be Van Ginkel because he's very solid in coverage. He also, go out there, rush the passer, and then now they have certain packages where they can get all three of them on the field at once, like obvious passing situations. They can have Phillips, Chubb, and Van Ginkel all rushing the passer, working twists and stunts. Just brings this versatility to the defense, and it also allows, all of them to stay a little more fresh than usual. And it's just, that's what Van Ginkel can do. He'd also just straight up play some off-ball linebacker, drop into coverage. Very comfortable there. He's also a freak athlete, very instinctive. You can see him versus the run here. They leave him unblocked right here. They're running some gap scheme. These guys are down blocking, and then this guy's pulling across. He reads this. He's anticipating it, and then he's able to avoid this guy. And a lot of times when they try to avoid this open field blocker, they can kind of take themselves out of the play, but he's able to avoid him, get lateral, but then stay disciplined to his gap. He's still in his run fit, stay square, gets there, like good core strength as well. Like this is really good work to make this guy miss, but as soon as you make a miss, that's foot is sticking in the ground, throwing him off balance, and then making this tackle for no gain. That's really, really quality work as a run defender that he can do that. On the edge, he can replace Phillips or Chubb when needed to either give them a rest or, depending on the package, certain situations. Obviously, this is nickel that he's out here, but he also, because Phillips and Chubb dropped into coverage a lot in this game, but allowing them not to, because it's not like their biggest strength, allowing Van Ginkel to go out there and do that stuff is very, very helpful to this defense with his versatility, Swiss Army knife playing style. The very next play, he's literally just playing off-ball linebacker. David Long's off the field. They'll do this in some very obvious passing situations as well. Whether they're going into nickel or dime, just depending on situations. Sometimes Van Ginkel is usually on the field in these situations, either as off ball or come down, and he'll play the edge, and then Phillips will bump inside, get a one-on-one with a guard, you work some stunt action there. But here you just get to see him make a solid play. He's leveraging number two, reading this route concept over here, and then once he gets his eyes back to the QB, he sees it's just a quick little screen to Travis Kelce. He makes a nice open field tackle on a 3rd and 10 situation. Back-to-back plays, Van Ginkel comes in and just makes an impact, and he's very instinctive, athletic enough to play. He's like a really freak athlete testing at the combine, and a guy that can come out here and just make those plays down versus the run, but then the next play come out and make a play like this out in space. It's not a lot of skill sets like that, and that's why AVG is so valuable to this team. This play gets completed, but Van Ginkel is just very smart in these situations. They come out in base, and look at him just take away that first option, but also get some pressure. He has to throw it down the field, but he does his job here to perfection because they're leaving him unblocked, and that's basically the point. It's either, take on this guy in coverage down in the flat or rush the passer, and he kind of does a great job of doing both to take him out of the play. Because with this guy's behind the line of scrimmage, you can get as physical as you want, take him out of the play, but then also be close enough to where Mahomes takes his eyes off, and now he's able to get there to at least impact his decision. Not able to throw it deep down the field. They get a completion, but this is textbook work from AVG. He's playing at a very, very smart, high level, in all different situations versus the Chiefs. Here's one of the situations where they come out with all three of them on the field. They're in dime, and it's Van Ginkel ends up getting held. They run the twist and stunts. He draws the holding call here, which was very important on this scramble. Him and here, Phillips working on the same side. I like this little combo that they're working. He's the crash guy, get down, want to really take 65 out of the play, but he's late to see it. So he's like, oh, I'm just going to get downhill, get vertical, but he gets held. He has, enough strength to work through some stuff with guards as well. Just really the do-it-all type of player. Doesn't end up finishing because he gets held, but I think if, he doesn't get held there at all, he has a very good chance. Because he's also kind of the guy they brought in to be a spy type player as well. He pretty much is whenever they play the Bills, it feels like he's the only one that ever has some big open field tackle versus Josh Allen, because he kind of can match him with athleticism and size. Not many other people have the similar size to him, but also that athletic ability to make those tackles. And it's just very, very important to this team. And he only played 27 snaps in this game and still made a huge impact. This was his last snap in the game. They're doing it again. They're coming out in their dime package on a 3rd and 9 situation. Similar look up front. Phillips and Chubb on the same side. Now, Van Ginkel at least forces Mahomes to step up into Christian Wilkins. Would like to see him, maybe get a little more of a hit and pressure, but he kind of slips on himself. But you can see the athleticism that he still has rushing the passer. It's actually insane. First of all, the hand fighting, but once he gets himself clean, is able to get around the edge here, knock this guy off balance, and look at this position. He just goes to rip underneath and hit off this back foot and burst through, and still bend around like this. It's insane, that level of athletic ability that he possesses. Want to see him keep his feet when he really has to corner here, because he gets a little bit, he falls off of balance because the guy, pushes him in the back a little bit. But he's still able to, make Mahomes step up and into Christian Wilkins and be a little bit off platform there, which makes the throw be, it's still a great throw, but it was slightly underthrown, which allowed Ko to make a big play. And these are just all the different ways that Van Ginkel can make a big impact on a game. And here versus the Patriots, you can really see Van Ginkel dropping in coverage while they're in base, and how that can be helpful to this team. Just take away certain things. Look at Mac Jones' eyes here, and he's just dropping. They're playing quad, so he's like a 1/4 flat defender. Usually want to reroute number 2, but he takes that wide release, and he just gets back, gains depth. These guys are working vertical. The quarters defenders have it. This guy's working over the middle, and that's where Jones' eyes are looking, and Van Ginkel's there to leverage this route. Don't need to overcommit to it, but it's coming in towards him, and he gains enough depth to take away this throwing lane. And now he's gonna dump it off underneath, and he's also there to make a play if Stevenson caught it, but it gets overthrown a little bit. Just very, very good work as an underneath zone defender, transitioning, taking away throwing lanes, reading the QB's eyes, and just being in the right spot. Hit a nice QB hit on the Ramsey interception as well in this game, just getting around the edge. Athleticism. Jones gets rid of the ball quickly, running that fake screen, and pretty quick win here from Van Ginkel as well. Just guy gets out deep too, and you can just see the bend that he gets there. Kind of cuts away, but he gets a nice clean hit on Mac Jones right after he releases it. He'll still make an impact as a pass rusher when he really has some true pass rush snaps. Doesn't have them as often now with Phillips out of the game, or Phillips back. It's not as much, but he still is pretty solid there. In the Eagles game, this is a great example of him dropping into coverage as a flat defender out here. This is a super impressive play, athletically, and he gets out here, reroutes number 2 a little bit, slow him down, disrupt, gain depth. The guy, he's a flat defender, so this running back starts to leak out into the backfield. Baker is relating to it, so he doesn't need to shoot down right away, but he's there if needed. He's kind of leveraging all of these out here. They throw the deep curl route, and he sees it, just turns around, runs, boom, hits Devontae Smith. I think they gave Eli Apple the pass deflection, but in my opinion, this is more on Van Ginkel. When they showed on the replay, he hits the ball out right as Devontae Smith gets it. That's an amazing play in coverage. Van Ginkel is so good versus the run. He can come out here and just make an impact no matter what package they're in as this edge defender. Most people usually probably wouldn't expect it with his type of skill set and build, but he's always been very, very strong as a run defender. Here he is versus some gap scheme work again. They block down, try to pull this guy across. Last time we saw him beat him to the inside. Here, just based on his positioning, leverage, he can see that he can just dip underneath. He might drop his shoulder into him, but he just dips underneath, but without taking himself out of the play and then meeting DeAndre Swift. This is just really nice work. Reduce your surface area by dipping that shoulder, but not shooting too far upfield, taking yourself out of the play, and then get off of it. Take yourself towards good body lean, all of that. The athletic and instinctual awareness is so good. Last play that we're going to break down for Andrew Van Ginkel. This time we get to see him work some play side versus some run. Things going right at him. Slightly different. Still some gap scheme stuff. And it's just... but the run's really coming directly at him. He gets down, and look how much of an impact he has on this play. Avoids the first guy. Avoids the guard, pulling guard. Slips out of the way. Super athletic. It's so hard to avoid these guys sometimes, especially when it's in a lot of space, it's easy, but this is very constricted right here. He gets down, still maintaining this as a force defender, but he gets down, avoids this, slips to the inside, then gets hands on the other guy that was pulling 81. So he takes basically both the pullers out of play. First guy falls down, then meets him at the point of attack, but gets in control, sheds him, throws him out of the way, and then they all meet at the running back, Gainwell in the backfield. I feel like, a lot of these defenders are playing at such a higher level, especially the linebackers versus the run, which is really helping this team. Because I feel like Wilkins and Sealer will always make impactful run plays. When all the linebackers, off-ball, and edge guys are making really high-level plays like this, it's been a huge impact stopping the run on early downs and then getting them into longer and longer situations, and now you have your full secondary back, and it's really, really big for the defense. So Andrew Van Ginkel, super, super valuable and important to this team. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.